Okay then, in today's video I'm going to go over everything that you need to know about BOREALISK, so with that being said, let's get straight into it. Starting with the typing, BOREALISK is a pure ice type Loomian, which means defensively we are weak to fire, metal and brawler, and then we resist ice, air and simple. And then offensively we can hit plants, earth, bug and air type Loomians, all for super effective stab damage. Next up then, let's go over the stats, which BOREALISK has a base health stat of 98, 70 energy, 118 melee attack, 57 melee defense, 68 range attack, 101 range defense, and 103 speed. For the offensive stats then, we can hit things pretty hard with our melee attack stat, although we're not really going to be using our range attack stat, unless we're like specifically trying to hit something with like a very niche coverage option, but that's probably not going to happen with the moves that BOREALISK has. And then for our speed, it is a little bit above average, so we can outspeed a lot of Loomians. Then for the defensive stats, we have a really high health stat and a really high range defense stat, so we can definitely take some hits even uninvested on the range side. Our melee defense though is pretty lackluster, we should try and avoid as many melee hits as possible. And then finally for the energy stat, which is actually one of the lowest energy stats in the game for a fully evolved Loomian. It is really painful, although I did this in preparation for the passive energy system, which will come in a future update, so we can see how that plays out. But for right now, you need to invest a lot of energy into your energy stat to actually get a lot of moves off, although even then, you're still not going to be able to click as many moves as maybe some other Loomians could. Now let's go over the abilities, which BOREALISK only has one normal ability, which is called Upper Hand. This will increase the power of our moves by 30% if we move first in the turn. Also, eventually BOREALISK will get a second ability later on when we get a snow or hail type of weather in the game. And then for the secret ability, it is called Elusive. Basically, if the opponent has a status element, so things like burn, freeze, paralyze, poison, we will take half damage from them. Moving on to the moves, starting with the level up moves, Wassail gets Flurry, Stretch, Gnaw, Sleet Shot, Light Dash, Nab, Chili Chomp, Chase Down, Blind Spot Batter, Psychal Chomp, and Undermine, which it gets at level 35, and once your Wassail knows Undermine and it has it in its move slots and then you level it one more time, you'll evolve into BOREALISK, which then it gets the evolution move Icicle Tremor, and then it gets Icicle Trap, Deep Freeze, Radiant Rush, and Bitter Cold. Which, yes, I did mention quite a few new moves that the BOREALISK line gets, so let's go over them, starting off with Psychal Chomp, which is a mind melee move. It has 80 base power, 100% accurate, and it costs 40 energy to use the move, and it is basically just a chomping move, but we don't make contact with the opponent. Next up, let's go over Bitter Cold, which is an ice support move. It has 90% accuracy, and it costs 35 energy to use the move, and if you use it, you will freeze the target. And then the final move, which is Undermine, which is an earth melee attack. It has 70 power, 100% accurate, and it costs 35 energy to use the move, and when you use this move, for the first turn, it will tunnel underground, and then the second turn, it will attack the opponent, although it has an added bonus. If you use this move the first turn that BOREALISK switches into the battle, it will be doubled in power. And then for the other moves, for the MMs, we get Dodge, Ill Will, Frost Beam, Bulk Up, Gamma Pulse, and Spare. And then for the rally moves, we get Nova Blast, Disperse, Lightspeed Ray, Provoke, Deja Vu, Stratagem, Slumber, Near Enchantment, and Fire Enchantment.